Wilson Miles from Black Community TV. Here we are, Luke James, Jacob Latimore, season 6, part 2. It's been a minute since you guys last aired on. So just to catch up with an audience who are either now catching up on the series or forgot what happened, where are we now with Emmett?
Emmett is concerned for the safety of his family, trying to mix business with the street politics, Duda, and trying to manage that. But being young, wanting more, wanting money, wanting materialistic things, but realizing that stuff comes with a cost, and he's paying for it right now, and he has to sort of leverage his time, his money, and his power in the midst of all these sort of politics of the streets. So, but he's not a tough guy, so it creates a complex situation for him where he has to be a man and be brave.
What about Victor?
Well, Victor, is now an official, elected official, and that's a pretty big suit to fit. Doesn't quite fit just yet, and we're watching him try to understand and navigate in and out of that arena, but at the same time dealing with the void of being pulled into the streets again, and that duality is where the conflict arise. And that's what we're watching, because Victor has a bit of a complex, a hero complex, and there's a lot of things that are happening that really put him in a corner where he feels that he's the only one that can make the right moves. So we're gonna watch that struggle.
Credit to the writers for taking your characters from the beginning of when you started to where you're at now. We've seen the growth in both your characters, but as actors, how have you grown with the show? From every episode you've done.
Every year I feel like I'm stretching and learning something new. I'm obviously Emmett is his lifestyle is completely different from mine. I'm grateful I get to put a lot of my own personality into the character, but his life in general is so different. I live alone. My house is quiet. He's dealing with baby moms and children and managing a business. So I learned something from Emmett every year, and I'm learning to trust my fatherly instincts even more around the young actors that we have.
And for you, Luke, obviously, we just saw you play a whole different role in Them, and I've seen you on Broadway. But with this show, there's that one constant you're on it weekly, so you get to learn every day doing the show. How has this helped you out actor-wise?
Oh, tremendously, completely. Just helping me with my, just stamina, and just, early mornings, and also just how to be in an environment, a creative space, with a lot of brilliant people, from our crew to our production, a complete production, our producers and so on. And, the different directors you get to work with, and those come with challenges, and at the same time it feeds you. It's I don't know, you get to play. I get paid to play for a living, and I love the show in the sense that it's so grounded in reality, and so that makes it a little bit those are somewhat of the challenges and stuff, and that's each year there's a new level, new risk, new urgency, and that's what's very fulfilling about being on a show 6 seasons,
Speaking of 6 seasons, congratulations, you're coming back for season 7.
Yeah.
And that's great for this particular show on this this network channel streamer. It's not that often, especially with a big ensemble that this show has. What is it about the show that keeps the audience coming back, that gives the confidence for the network to keep renewing it?
I think one, writing, our cinematography has raised tremendously. Shout out to Tico, shout out to Nate, our amazing DPs who've just like elevated the show on a cinematic level. The way we do the show at this point has been elevated. And then us as a cast, our chemistry is just is growing, and we have so many. I like to say we have so many pieces on the chessboard. I mean, we have so many talented actors. You can always shift the story and narrative to another character, and someone else can fully lead the cast. And you know what I mean? We have so many guest stars that come on and in and out of the show, and everybody's bringing their fan bases. So it's we've got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, different directors that come in. You know, not sure a lot of people realize the initiative that Lena and Human Grad has with new directors. I mean, some that you haven't seen them unless you tapped into the the indie network, but they come with a new take, a new look, and that's why our show each season levels up because of that openness that's been on since day one. And our writers just they really push the needle and in the uncomfortability and making sure our audience stay glued and on the edge of their seats and keeping it nuanced.
Before I let you go, I'm going to ask a character question. Though, what keeps Duda alive? And neither one of you guys want to take him out.
Wow, that's also the great thing about this show, how grounded it is in reality, because in reality it is not easy to just say, okay, let me just take somebody out. There's a whole lot of turmoil that goes in, spiritual questioning, and both characters, especially my character, is not trying to be that person, is trying to leave that hat off, and I think Duda, there's some slight good in Duda, and I think there's a weird, as far as for my character, there's a weird big brother, little brother dynamic that happens, and this it's just hard to just do that,
No,
yeah.
I think about the show like that as well. I mean, like Emmett's never been that guy, and he has so much to lose. I mean, he can't afford to be in prison. He can't afford to go to jail for killing somebody. He can't afford the consequences that come with taking out someone. And then also, who's to say taking them out won't cause more,
right, a ripple effect,
because he got people. He got people that love him as well. So it's chess.
Yeah.
All I can say, hey, we're going to be tuning in week after week to see where the characters go. Hopefully you guys make it out alive. I think we're so invested in your characters. We don't want to see you go out, especially since we know there's a new season coming back next year.
Yeah. Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe. So, we don't want to be like, nah, we can't get to where they're an ex talking about like, yo, they did that to Jacob. He was asking for more money. They wrote him out. It's like, but hey, congrats. I'm sure I'll talk to you down the road, whether you're on this project or others. Take care of yourself, guys.
Thank you. Always a pleasure,
Bye.
brother.